What is up, bros? Me, Josh here. Today's video is all about a pretty fun and different rank game we had the other day while playing the Lo Yang. And this season has been a very different season overall play style. I went over a couple videos. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to check my mid-season review on this season over rank. It's been a little bit different. Smoke meta is different. Battleships can't hide as much. It's been different kinds of play. Usually it's full of destroyers and full of battleships. In some games there are, but there seems to be a kind of revitalization of maybe the cruisers coming in and being relatively strong. Now this one's a little different. Of course, we have 4 battleships, 1 cruiser, and 2 destroyers. So I guess it's kind of normal. But this has been a very different season than in the past, and this had a pretty fun ending that you haven't seen in a while. But really, a quick little tip, a quick little piece of advice if you are playing destroyers in ranked, and I've been bouncing back and forth between battleship and destroyers. Normally, I always play destroyers. We're playing the Bliss during Tier 7. Benson during Tier 8. Now, it's hard to pass up the Lo Yang if you do have it, because of the sonar is extremely strong. And the Farragut at Tier 6 is what I played for rank. But this season I played a little bit of Battleship. I'm going back to Lo Yang at Tier the rank 5 and under now. It's just been a little bit easier to kind of carry, and I still think the Destroyer line, Destroyers in rank can carry. It's probably the best out of everything. But a little tip right here. Now, the other destroyer goes into cap, but what I like to do early game, you can use this if you want, especially if you have radio location, which I run on my destroyer captain. Not needed, but I do run. It does give you a little bit of information. But what I like to do is like to go kind of on the outside edge of the cap, not actually cap it. Now, he's in it, so it kind of messes it up a little bit. But what I like to do is I like to basically go on the edge of the cap, throw torps in so they don't know I'm exactly there. It can be kind of anything. Even if I'm located like I am right now, you can't really tell where people are, especially if there's a destroyer there. It's probably like something behind it. But what I like to do is go on the edge of the cap, throw in torps. If you're contesting it, they know a DD's there. Or if you're stopping a cap or capping it by yourself, they know there's a DD there. So if you don't go on the actual cap right away, you do have that ability to maybe get a lucky torp on something early. But we're going to let that guy take over that cap. We push the 1 destroyer away. Radio location switch to this side, so I pinged over to my team, and so we know a destroyer is right here. And obviously this is the one that's radio locating me. And since we have 2 Lo Yangs, they have a Benson Lo Yang. That was the Lo Yang over there. I know it's the Benson, so I do have that advantage. So what I'm going to do is try to juke out his torps, because if he's going to be watching me with radio location, he's going to throw him right on that point. Now, they were a bit, I would say, a bit greedy of torps, but I would have done it myself, especially with the ships behind it that are spotted. But he was trying to basically snag me with torps. Any good destroyer would have kind of held up behind this. But there are the torps right there. And so what we're going to do right now is we are going to throw up our sonar and try to snag him. We have 5.4 detection. So what we want to do is we want to try to get some damage on him if we can. And in goes the damage. Right there. Had to get rid of that shift bug. But throwing in a little bit extra damage there, not too crazy. And so right now, you really have the ability to kind of, 1, I can push this guy, 2, keep him spotted with sonar. So that's what I really want to do. The Benson overall is going to do a better job doing damage, but the Lo Yang is a better overall ship to assist your team. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cap this out. I was never hit. I'm going to go dark and keep him lit. That's basically the most important thing I can do. For over a minute now, he will be spotted as long as he's within 5.4 kilometers. And sorry for the UI, guys. The replays are kind of messed up, so it's going to be all over the place when it comes to that. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing right now. This one kind of went back and forth, though, and I was hoping the team, I didn't want to go and hunt him down right away. I don't want to trade that much life if I don't have to, but I'm trying to figure out what the best situation is for kind of hitting this. He's not taking as much damage as I was hoping, but we did pump in a little bit extra damage, pushed him off cap, and can kind of keep going, and we even forced his smoke, so that's always good. But right now, we need to get some more damage on this, maybe throw in some torps on these guys. So I'm going to rotate to the right and get that top side and kind of torp down, because our team is in a much better spot behind this island than theirs is, because they have 1 destroyer north, but one of our destroyers is half-life. The other guy didn't take that much damage, so we are kind of down the health pool-wise for our destroyers. So that's not very good, and also right now they're getting no spotting. So maybe I should have stayed south side, but I wanted to get torps on these guys because they would end up being chase torps. So kind of a downside. They're getting spots from the Benson down below. We're getting spots from the Benson up top. Our Lo Yang's gonna die because he didn't use sonar defensively, and that's always a bummer. So one thing I really dislike is Lo Yangs tend to completely use their sonar as offensive only. Nobody uses as defensive. If that guy probably would have saved it right there, he probably would have been able to use that and use it with something else. So now I'm the only destroyer, and really got lucky with not taking any torps right there or taking any shots because I was just out of range. So we're trying to keep this Kuda smoked up. With the new smoke mechanic, it was kind of a bummer because he's at 7.7 kilometer detection, so he's going to kind of get wrecked. So this game is going downhill pretty quick. They have a lot of life. Our guys are pretty low. I'm detected by a destroyer. And there's an Alabama right there. So things are not good. Luckily, their destroyer is relatively low. And I don't have sonar up right now, so I need to get away from his sonar. One thing about playing, so we got a couple torp hits, or one torp hit right there, which is good. One thing about playing with and against a Lo Yang is you know kind of what to go, how to play it. So his 5.4 kilometer detection is very, very good. We still got another couple torp hits right there, so we are pumping in some good damage. I was hoping my team would maybe be able to finish these guys off since they're low. I could push that guy, but I'm not going to push him until I have sonar as well. And right now I'm going to try to just hold this point and really just try to throw torps in on these guys. But I need to get that destroyer kill because right now they have a destroyer that's low, or that's full life down below. So I need to push this guy, and then we'll maybe take some torp hits from those guys. Worst case scenario, they take a little extra damage, but I get a destroyer kill. And I know for sure that Bismarck didn't have a repair, so that's why I'm firing right now. It's amazing what one fire can do when it comes to playing with these guys. So I gotta be a little careful though. Battleship AP is kind of gnarly. I was hoping this Kuda would just chill here on that point and just hold down that side, but we really need to get a kill. We need to catch up. And I think I get kind of murdered by the Samagi, if I remember correctly. We're angled in perfectly, and he has his guns on me. So, kind of sucks, but we got to do what you got to do. Hopefully try to get that kill. And a little, what, 2-3K right there. So, still not the worst, though. Our guys are working on them. They're kind of getting away. I was hoping maybe the Alabama would die, especially that Bismarck. So, that's 2 kills we kind of missed. And the focus fire in rank can be kind of mediocre. But, like, you look at all those guys and you're like, how did they not do 4K to the Bismarck? So it's kind of a bummer. 4K to the Bismarck, 10K to the Alabama. But still, I'm going to stick on my mission. I'm going to push. Yeah, our Kuda's saying he's a little stuck there. But really, like, that many battleships, that many ships, with 4 ships being able to shoot at him, 5 including me, but I'm not going to. We really need to kill these guys and get at least kind of back on advantage, because my push into these guys is super low. So it kills me. That's why I switched to battleships this season. That if I was playing battleship, that guy would have died. So we need to get this kill on this Lo Yang, which I will right here. And this will at least tie us up. And then I can start working on these other guys. So we're going to snag the kill as soon as my aim is on, and I think I completely miss him. Do I completely miss him over and over and over? Apparently I do. So that's not very fun. But see, right now, since everyone's kind of focused on not killing ships, they ended up getting the Bismarck, which is good. And I messed up on that. I thought I got the kill there. But our Kutuzov is going to end up dying because he couldn't move. So, oh, he doesn't end up dying there. I thought he did. He ends up dying a little bit later. But again, another situation where just kind of some bad focus fire. So we know one of the destroyers is about 12,000, and one is very low, like 100. So I'm just going to basically rain down fire on this guy, see what I can. Boom. All right, so we have the advantage right now, which is really good. One of our Bismarcks is super low. That isn't good. Our Kutuzov can't do much unless he has smoke. But we do have the advantage currently. So if our Bismarck can run away, that's really good. So right now my trade is, 1, we give them B cap, these guys rotate up north, they pump out damage, and then we push towards A cap. I think that's probably the best. They have a Kutuzov and smoke that we really haven't seen too much this game. They have a Bismarck that can't do too much, but they have some relatively low ships. So there's their DD, he's pushing B, and I can't really do too much because the trade just isn't out there for me. You know, if I really need to, he's gonna end up getting killed by the Benson as well. So my thinking is we lose that guy, we push forward. That Benson, we need to kill him at the Lo Yang. And if they can kill that Kutuzov, that's amazing, and we'll just end up pushing through this. We'll have a big advantage. But I want to push straight to cap. That's my thought process is. I'm going to push straight to cap. We need the points. We're losing both caps, and in ranked, the caps can be extremely bad. They smack the living hell out of that Kutuzov, which is amazing. So one more salvo could potentially kill him. That's all I need to do. Kill that Kutuzov, push the Bismarck, and then we basically GG this game, because I'll be able to kill the Lo Yang, and then we'll be kind of solid. I can push this guy, then I'll push the guy down south, and but sadly our Kuta dies, so we're starting to lose some more ships, and we lost that. Our Amagi got murdered. That's that thing we had to do, is we just had to trade it. So Akuta's so low. He's so low. So my whole plan right now is to do this. I'm spotted, which sucks, by sonar, and we know it's the Lo Yang in smoke, but we know he's super low, so we're just gonna wait for him to shoot, and then we'll just snipe him in the smoke. If you play enough DD, you kind of just get used to shooting into smoke. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna now use his smoke. Hopefully the Bismarck doesn't murder me, or the Amagi, which could definitely happen. But the bad side is we are going to lose a bunch of health in this trade, like that. So now we're going to be 1,000 to 2,000 life, with basically a destroyer right here. Luckily, we are in a good spot right now to pump in some damage, because he got way too close. And I was thinking, shit, if I can get some good damage on this guy, he's going to be within range. He ended up turning around, so we didn't end up killing him. But if he would have pushed this cap, we would have absolutely smoked him. But we did get a little bit more life there, which is amazing. But really, our guys weren't able to pump out any more damage on that Bismarck, so that's what always kind of killed me. But I will get this cap, which is good. So we're kind of recovering a little bit. That DD is basically going to be the bane of my existence. This is my last sonar, so there goes my advantage against them. And we just need some help. We really do. But we are kind of coming back, but the score is super close. We're down 80 points, and our guys aren't really doing anything. It's that situation where you see these targets, but no damage is going in on them. And I can't push this guy. It's 2K. That's a single salvo from a Benson. So I'm not going to be shooting at these guys, really. I'm purely a torp boat, and really just hoping this Benson kind of pushes around, and then I can shoot at him, because it's worth shooting at him. It's not really worth. So as you can see right here, I thought this battleship was going to kind of go around to this point to get a shot on this Benson, but I don't think he really ends up doing it. But our guys are so low. They're so extremely low. But if they get a decent shot on this Benson, then I could then push him and finish him off. Or I could then, you know, go to the cap and get kind of... I just can't with somebody 3 times my life. There's no way I win that gunfight, especially with him having an extra gun. So they're running away right now, which is to be expected. I'm going to throw out torps. And actually, it wasn't our last sonar. So even though it's 3 battleships versus 2, our guys are losing. Our guys are absolutely losing those trades. So our Bismarck is about to go down. And I'm like, you know what? I just have to. I have to go B. I'm hoping one of these guys has a shot on him, and we can just kind of get that. So just keep an eye on the spot right now. And so one thing that if you guys haven't played in a while, you probably don't see him too much, is draws happen in this game. And if you guys remember back in closed beta, or open beta even still, the standard battles, basically what you had is you had two bases, and they just ticked up constantly. There's a constant ticker, and what you had to do is I believe you either had to just outkill the timer. So either the only way you would win is if you capped out their cap and it still ticked up, or if you killed their entire team. So if neither of those happened, you ended up with draws. So basically what you end up having is 4 or 5% of your games were draws. But I hadn't seen one of those in ranked in forever. So as you can see, we are down pretty massively in points. And luckily right now he was not paying attention at all, which was amazing. I don't know how he misplayed this, but it worked out perfectly for me. And he's not moving too much. But he was able to do this. So right now I'm just going to chill in my smoke. He can't really move. If he does, I don't want to take any extra damage. I only have 1500 life. But if he moves in the next 10 seconds, he's continuing to shoot, which is fine. He can't torp me from that angle. If he does, he's going to get torped. So what I'm going to do, throw some torps in there, do what I can, and then kind of wait it out. And once we're able to pop sonar if needed, we can, and I think we boop him, almost boop him on the nose. So we pop sonar right here. This is the Low Yang advantage over the Benson. Not much he can really do. He's basically just gonna get a free kill. I'm surprised because he was running radio location that he wasn't ready for this. So we're gonna get B-Cap back, which is amazing. It's 2v2. It's 2v2. That guy wasn't able to get a shot on us. We're gonna get this cap back. So the game isn't over. But a good set of players are what they're going to do is basically one's going to go one cap, one's going to go the other, and then we're basically SOL. So I'm thinking, hey, if our Turpitz gets this trade, if he gets this trade on this Bismarck, it's impossible for them to win. But he launches Torps, 6-kilometer Torps at Subton, as you can see. Nice Torps, they'll definitely hit. 6-kilometer Torps aren't going to go more than 6 kilometers. That is science. So, of course, he's going to do his best to do what he can, and the widespread torps don't hit. So, it is yours truly versus 2 of their ships. And so what I'm thinking is the Amagi's super skinny. I'm going to go roll out to A-Cap. Luckily, that Amagi turned away, so I was like, all right, we'll do what I can and kind of drag this game out. So, So Amagi turned, which I was really surprised. So I'm going to kind of go towards this Bismarck. And maybe, who knows, I could throw an entire Torp salvo out and just absolutely murder this guy. That'd be amazing. And I didn't want to throw them all out there because I didn't know if he was going to continue on that point. I wanted to save it for this Bismarck. Downside, Bismarck has sonar, but the Amagi has a pretty decent Torp belt. So it's kind of this bad trade no matter what you do. But the Amagi not going right into B-Cap is kind of a bummer. So we kind of know the general area of the Bismarck. And so we're kind of work on that. Bismarck is pushing into cap, but he's super low life. 2 Torpits, 3 Torpits on this guy. He's going to die. So he has to push onto cap, so we know that's going to be fine. He's not going to turn away from it. And right now they're going to start capping it. So we're looking at the clock, 2 minutes. We need the points. And if they stop the cap, that's very, very bad for us. What they are doing right now. They are stopping the cap. So right now I'm trying to think. It's 2 guns. If I get a stop on that cap, potentially, if I get a stop on that cap and can go dark, one thing you could have done is basically sail away, and as that's what, as you can see right there, I'm talking with my teammates if those torps look good because they're able to watch it. One thing I actually, looking back at this, I just need a torpit for the reset. That's what I really, really need. So we got the torpit. It was a big reset. That's really, really important. But one thing you can do actually is kind of use and abuse. See, the Amagi then went back, so we do need the kill now. Luckily, he did take a torp, and the Amagi is way over there. So worst case scenario, I can get some range and maybe gun him down, do something. But we need to do something to win because 50-something seconds isn't good for our health. We're going to lose B-Cap, we're going to lose A-Cap, so we need to kill. So I'm not just going to sit there and wait to lose this game. And what we can do is we can try to win or see the other thing. So yeah, this is going to end up being a draw. Right now we're just going to shoot. I'm going to let you guys watch it live happen. We end up getting a draw in this game, guys. You don't see them very often. But here is the end of the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Had to hit. There's no reason for me not to do anything other than shoot.
What?
What? Good old-fashioned draw. Again. Good old-fashioned draw, boys.